All right, we're live. Randall just said McRib is back, and I have a possibly not a disturbing or even very surprising statement to make, but I've never had a McRib. I don't understand why people care. I was raised in Texas, so I have Texas barbecue in my life, not Kansas City barbecue,
Yeah.
and which is fine. It's fine, and I don't subscribe to the Kansas City is great and Texas blows. It's just food, man. You have a preference, that's cool. But
Yeah.
McRibs, they don't have ribs in them, do they? Just like rib meat. And then at
Yeah.
that point, what the fuck are you eating, man? The ribs of what?
We're eating dreams and hopes.
What are those giant rat like things in Florida by the
Rat
rivers?
like
They're like the rats the size of dogs down by the rivers in water areas. I
like alligators?
No, they're rats, man. They're just giant things that look like fucking wet weasels. I'll figure it out.
Possums?
No, man, it's a weird name. A possum, if it was a regular name, I would remember it. I'm not that
Okay.
old.
Okay.
It's not chupacabra. I think it begins with L or A. It's something like that. Whatever. Here's the thing. Way back in the day, Dave Attell had a show called Insomniac, and they just followed him around when he got drunk and did his comedy. It was great. And so they did that there's the cops down in, it's not Tampa Bay because you would know, I guess, but it's somewhere down near there in Florida. And the cops are like, we're big fans. We know you've been drinking all night. Here, have this rifle. We're going to go shoot these things. And they fucking put drunk Dave Attell with a shotgun that a cop handed them in the back of their pickup, because that's part of their job in the middle of the night, to go shoot these things that are the size of dogs. I'll look it up. Sag's funny. French fried goblin ribs. That's what they are. We should give a shout out to old Chris, who had some surgery and he's fine. So that's always good.
I want you to live forever.
He had a malfunctioning gallbladder, which I think is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I don't.
I know my time is coming.
I would imagine that's bad, but I don't know anything about it. So yeah, let's talk the town. Thank you for mentioning this. Do you want to give a little summation of your ideas and hopes and dreams about it?
Oh, I mean, for me, because I think you would word it better. But for me, I like to keep it simple. It's Ben Affleck. It's Boston. It's great.
You know what? I'm not sure I'd say anything different. It would just take me longer, but that would be the summation. Ben Affleck's in it. It's fucking great. So basically, I went to school in Worcester, which is just down the road. I think it's like 40 miles from Boston, and all my buddies who graduated ended up in Boston. So every weekend I just drive to Boston and get into trouble. So the thing I love about Ben Affleck movies is that they're all shot in Boston, and Boston is a character, right? Like in this one, it's Charlestown. Like whenever you see a movie that he has something to do with, he's very aware of all, like, you know how New York has the 5 boroughs, right? And Manhattan is different from the Bronx, and Boston is exactly the same way. Like the South End is different from Charlestown, is different from Cambridge, which isn't technically Boston, but it's across the river. It's like every area is someplace different, and that really comes across. Like you get the idea that that's taking place in Charlestown, even if you've never been there. Like every single thing about it felt authentic, didn't it? Like the bars, like kind of, you could tell they kind of smelled bad, and like I don't know. Just as a person who spent a long time there, almost 10 years off and on. Not to mention that my grandmother lived in Walpole, which I don't know if you caught this, but this was my favorite thing. Whenever you have a Massachusetts thing about cops and robbers, somebody always gets threatened with going to Walpole, which is just a town. but that was where the giant prison was in this town. So it's like I don't know. It's just funny because Massachusetts is a lot different from other states because that's where everybody landed. So it's pretty the Pilgrims in the beginning. So so America's built out from there, and so some stuff doesn't make any sense. It's just that's how they laid it out when it was cart tracks and donkeys and shit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
there's a lot of history.
A lot of history
there.
A lot of history. And so that was what made me really enjoy this movie. So here's some stuff that I didn't know. I hadn't seen this either, by the way. So I'm really excited to talk about this with you. I started watching it on Monday, and I watched like the first 10 minutes, and I actually stopped Mimi and said, hey, do you feel like watching The Town tonight? Because this movie's great, and you're going to love it. And she's like, really? I thought you said you didn't see it. I'm like, no, I watched the first 10 minutes. And it's all there.
You just know.
You just have to see like how it turns out. Like I know, I can't say I knew like guys like that because, all right. So here's the thing: Ben Affleck is the son of a crime family, and the whole point of Charlestown is that everybody's been kind of thugs for a while, and robbing shit on the down low is a family business for everyone, and so. Some of the plot hinges on the fact that people know what's going on because everybody talks. If you're going to steal something, everybody's either like, oh shit, I wish I had done that. Or like, I hope that I'm rooting for you. I hope they pull it off. Or like, oh, we got to get them. And so Ben's got a crew, the no nonsense crew. And they start doing things. And there's all kinds of, I think, family problems. Anyway, they rob a bank. There's a cute girl there.
Yeah.
And Ben goes back to check on her because Ben's thinking, hey, what if I hit it off with this girl and we can escape from our humdrum lives? Not realizing they're going to think that because nothing happened to her and they let her go, that they're going to think she was in on the theft. So like those guys, so Ben trying to be nice and like, hey, let's get out of here. Like ruined her life. There's lots of ups and downs in there. The book was written in 2005 and that movie was in 2010. So that's pretty fast for IP development. Like I didn't look into it, but I wouldn't doubt that somebody bought the rights to that book before it was even out because that's about as fast as you can do that. When you start thinking they shot in a bank. That's not a set, Yeah. The Charlestown hockey rink was like, shitted up, but it's because it was the summertime, right? So they're like, oh, look, it's all broke down. And at the end, she uses the bank money to, and oh man, it says anonymous donor for Ben's mom. That was cool. Yeah. All right. I'm not being very chronological. I'm just spouting my joy in this movie. So is there anything like, how did you just thought it was a regular movie, right? You're just like, hey, I'm a big Ben Affleck fan. Let's see this one. I haven't seen it.
I mean,
is that where you started? Or were you
I've been wanting to watch this movie for a while now. And so when I bought it digitally, I was like thinking, okay, great. It's my library. So when I need to access it and when I'm ready to watch it, I'll watch it. And then finally, when I gave you the list, and you were like, hey, what do you feel like watching? I'm like, you know what? It's long overdue. Let's do The Town.
That's awesome. So you were looking looking forward to it.
Oh, totally. I mean just watching Ben, he is a good director, hands down. And I think one thing that I noticed about this movie that I really liked was when you were hearing the guns blast, just the sound of the guns and like some of the scenes where you see them shooting, immediately I thought of Heat. And I'm pretty sure Ben is a fan of that movie as well. Like I think any actor that they respect and admire Michael Mann and that movie, of course, because of De Niro and Pacino, but still I think like those shots where you saw the gunfights going on, like that's what resonated for me was seeing that happen.
I think you're 100% right. that belongs in a conversation with the town belongs in with Heat as being a really good movie. Now, clearly, Michael Mann, and I mean that was the second time Heat was done. You know, that's a remake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we talked about that even when we did it.
Yeah.
But I think that's where I got the info. I think you told me that info, so you know about that, right?
Yeah, because
told me the
it popped
facts.
up on Facebook. And here's these two actors that I don't know who they are, but here they are reciting the same lines that, Pacino and De Niro were saying, and I'm just like,
yeah. So that's cool. You kind of get that that's going to be a good movie if you're just talking to like a movie fan who hadn't seen either one. But this one was written and produced and starring and directed by Ben.
Yeah.
That's a crazy achievement, man. And so I say the thing later I was talking about, look at all these friggin' nominations for awards that they got. Like, that's incredible. I mean, winning an award is just politics, but like being nominated, you're in that conversation for best movies of that year.
Oh yeah.
And I love that Renner got nominated for best supporting actor, because that movie's pretty average without his role.
Yeah.
But I mean that's Ben knows that when he's writing it, right? Hey, it's pretty straightforward. Obviously, he's adapting he got nominated for best adapted screenplay too. But so obviously he's following that structure. But still, casting Renner really made that part sing.
Oh, absolutely. You mentioned the movie was 2010, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if maybe this movie helped with Jeremy Renner getting cast as Hawkeye.
Oh, well, casting, right? Anything you've done, it helps you get the next gig, right?
Yeah.
Because people, there's a casting. You can't explain casting. But that's where they start, right? This guy's hot, or Jenna Ortega is the new flavor. Oh, wait, it's Sydney Sweeney, right? Let's make her Barbarella. That's all like calculations. But actors, best available guy who's available at the time for the budget we have to pay him. So they just lucked out that Renner probably wanted to work with Ben, And then that Rebecca Hall lady, I don't know. The girl who plays Claire, she's kind of the emotional anchor of that movie.
Oh yeah.
Like, and that's a lot to ask with a bunch of boys and their muscles and their sweat and their shooting and drinking and chasing loose women's and stuff. That's pretty amazing that like she's the emotional core. I don't know. I just love that movie. I'm kind of like inarticulate about it because I'm like, movie good. I like Ben. Boston. It's kind of like an obvious take.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny was I tried watching it. So let me give you a little background of what's going on right now. My buddy, I needed to pull his books last night. But then at the same time, I'm like, I need to make time to finish.
Oh, dude, Real World. You should have just said, oh, man, let's move it to Thursday or something.
Yeah. Well, no, because you have your other show on Thursday, right?
Yeah, not this week, though. That's only like when Star Trek is going.
Oh, okay.
Usually, so we do the Mark and Steve and sometimes Walker on Fridays now.
Okay.
And Thursday. So, and even so, man, as long as you don't do it the hour that we're doing Star Trek, I've doubled up on days before.
Okay. So yeah, that would have been nice because I'm running on 2 hours of sleep.
Dude, let's just drop this and do it tomorrow.
No. We're already doing it. And I took an energy drink, so like I'm good.
Well, then I'm not going to say anything. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What kind of energy drink did you have?
Celsius, tropical.
Right? Something fruity.
That's good.
Celsius, that's a good one.
Yeah. It's loaded with B12 and niacin.
That's what you need?
Yeah, that's the good stuff. That's the stuff that gives you the energy.
B12 is good. Okay, Chris. He's like, I got an energy drink. Let's fucking go. Chris is like, oh, dear.
No, and the sad thing, too, is because I told the guy, my buddy, who he's a reseller.
Yeller died?
Huh?
You said, what the sad thing is? And I was like, when Old Yeller died?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, man. I just,
No, it's okay.
Everything's a joke. I throw off people's rhythm. I'm the
Hey, it's all
monkey in the
fun.
wrench,
It's
man.
all fun.
Anyway.
I appreciate good jokes. So yeah, no, my buddy was like, hey, I'll be in town. I'll be there around Wednesday. And I'm like, well, I'm working Wednesday. And he's like, that's okay. I'll stop by over at your job. Just bring the books so I can pick them up. So I'm like, okay. So I'm working on the books Tuesday night. And then I did enough. I felt like I did enough books where I'm like, okay, cool. I'm done. Let me go ahead and watch The Town, finish it. So like I didn't go to bed until 6:00 this morning.
Oh, Jesus.
I had to be up at 8:30 in the morning.
That can't be good for you.
Oh, it's not. It's not. But
no, it's not.
It's here we are, and I powered through work today.
Well, that's cool.
And so yeah, here we are, like, excited to talk about The Town. And
eat some McRibs, have some laughs.
Dude, I didn't even know the McRib was back until today. I just stopped at McDonald's. I was going through the menu and I was like, oh, I'll have myself one.
Give me seven of those. I've been waiting.
Not a bad way to go.
Just imagine Darth Vader trying to get his I've been waiting for you, McRibs. Wait, I'm gonna do Darth. I better do it. Here we go. Where's the microphone? This side? Yeah, this side. I've been waiting for you, McRib. We meet again at last. Anyway, too much water. You know that thing where you can play tunes with water at different.
Yeah. Like the
glass.
glass.
Yeah. So when this has just like about this much, I'll pull out a Darth Vader for you.
Nice.
That doesn't sound like me. Anyway,
I always think of Sandra Bullock because she did that in one of the Miss Congeniality movies.
She did? Must have been 2. I know number 1 pretty well, and I don't remember that. Maybe she did.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the thing with that was her talent?
Yeah.
Bro, I thought for real you were saying that she did a Darth Vader impression. Because whenever somebody brings up my girlfriend Sandy, I have to say that I was in the net. So
of course.
And I talked to her about the time you went to sleep last. No. 1:30 in the morning though, downtown. It was pretty cool. I would never do that now, man. I'm too old. But that was a blast, and she was very nice. She was very cool. She treated like the 3 or 4 of us that were talking to her like we were coworkers, and we weren't even background. We were fucking people to make up a crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we stuck around, and she's like, "Hey, what's your guys' deal? You've been here all day." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
That almost reminds me.
We love you.
That actually kind of almost reminds me of the time when I met Jim Lee. This was a long time ago. Yeah, this was probably about 2013. It was a retailer road show in Orlando. So I got there, and I had just started my comic book business, and I was only open like 1 day a week. Mm-hmm. So Jim's like standing around. He's looking at us, and he just starts engaging and asking us questions. So he looked at me, and he's like, "Where's your store at?" And I'm like, "Oh, mine's in Tampa." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I just started it, and I'm only open like 1 day a week." And he's like, looked at me like, "Really? Yeah. Let me guess, Wednesday?"
How you making that work? Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. Jim's a cool guy. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
What is this? Uh-oh.
But yeah, The Town.
Hey, can I just yell upstairs for a second?
Yeah.
You all right? There was just a loud and sustained crash.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted, and some thumping, and I just wanted to make sure that everything was cool. So when something happens and you just yell up, "You all right?" And you hear, "Yeah."
Just to get that closure.
You might be all right. I don't know. She says she is. It sounded worse. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. So Jim Lee, yeah, Jim Lee's a cool guy.
Oh yeah.
That's him in a nutshell, man. Like, people have stuff to say about him, but that guy has never been anything but engaged. When I have talked to him or I saw him talking to other folks. Like, I've worked at 3 stores, and I think 2 of them had Jim Lee signings.
Nice.
And so yeah, he's a cool guy. Anyway,
modern day legend.
Did I ever tell you Planet of the Capes, right?
Yeah.
I sent it to him, and I was like, "Hey man, like Kurt Busiek did an intro for me. Garth is doing stuff. Harlan Ellison gave me a blurb for my ads. Can you read this superhero book with an eye towards writing me an introduction?" He goes, "Absolutely, send it along." And I sent it to him, and like 3 days later, he's like, "Yeah, I can't do this." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He goes, "It's a superhero thing." I'm like, "Yeah, I told you." He goes, "Yeah, I just thought it would be your thing and not like, you know, versions of Superman and Batman and Captain America and the Hulk and everything."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, that's not going to look right, man." And I'm like, "Oh well, thanks for looking at it." So even that was a cool interaction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he was willing to entertain the thought. And so back when I was in my 30s, I thought that was a cool idea.
Oh,
Anyway,
dude. Yeah. I
good
mean,
old Jim.
I get it from his point of view, but I mean, I don't think anybody would have made a big deal out of it.
I think it would have been internally in DC. He was like, wasn't he? He was like the vice president or something at the time.
Was
And
he?
I have the last scene is the Superman guy punching the Batman guy in the face, and it's all just, through his face, and it's all teeth and blood. And I mean, I completely get it. I was a little surprised that I said it's a superhero book to tip him off, right?
Yeah.
And he still was going to look at it. Anyway, I got nothing but nice things to say about good old Jim Lee. Smoked a couple cigars with him out in front of the ice a couple of times.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Anyway, so that's it for the town.
No.
What's your rating? Like 1 out of 10. How would you rate that movie?
I'm caught between an 8 and a 9.
Yeah, I would say a solid 9, but that's close enough that we agree on that one.
Yeah.
I probably have given it an extra half point because it's in Boston, and I just love hearing everybody talk. Like whenever I post that on my Facebook, whenever I get like sort of homesick for Boston, I just put on a Ben Affleck movie. Cause they're going to be talking about fucking going to Dunkin' for fuck's sake. There's going to be swearing, and nobody's going to think that's upsetting, and that there are children around because the children swear more in Boston than the adults do because the adults know better and the children don't.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No,
I love Boston, and I don't care who does it.
One of these days I'll visit Boston.
It's a cool town, man. The cool thing I liked doing for Boston back when I was publishing comics is I would call up friends of mine who had shops and just go, "Hey, I need an excuse to go see my friends, so I'm going to do a signing at your store whenever you tell me." And like, so Matt Lehman over at Comicopia and man, I forget, it's over by the Fenway, Copley Square. I think it's Copley Square. Yeah, he'd just be like, "Yeah, tell me when are you gonna be here?" And like then I would just tell my friends, and like guys from college would drive into Boston, just get my autograph, and then we'd go have beers after.
Oh, nice.
So like I really like Boston. I like it, but I never tried to rob a bank. I think I'd probably have a different view.
It'd be funny if you had a comic book story where you're robbing a bank in Boston.
Yeah. I didn't really talk about Rebecca Hall though. She's in a lot of movies, and I never have picked her out. I mean, I've seen Iron Man 3 like 7 or 8 times, and I just never noticed that was the same actress.
Oh, yeah.
She kind of has that Michelle Monaghan thing going on.
Yes.
And so maybe that's why I like just never noticed it. But man, she crushes that movie.
Yeah.
What do you think the orange represents at the end in the back? Because I read the dumbest thing ever. And I see, like, if you don't think anything, that's fine to say. But
yeah, I mean, I could have sworn like maybe they had some kind of conversation where
they did. They sort of talked about it a little, and it represents some guy was trying to say it represents like their hopes and dreams and stuff, and it fucking doesn't. It represents it's a note to her that he went to Florida. So if she wants to try to find him, she can. Yeah. That's all that is. It's like so straightforward. Everybody's like, "Oh, what does this mysterious clue mean?" And I'm like, "Did you watch the movie like 20 minutes ago? He said he was trying to get her to go to Florida with her."
Yeah.
Anyway, I loved that she not only didn't keep up. First, I love that he did. I was telling Mimi, okay, I said the thing I liked most about this movie is that there are two kinds of heist movies. There's the guys get away with it at the end, and the audience is rooting for them the whole time because they're stealing from schmucks.
Yeah.
Like you ever see that Ben Stiller movie, Tower Heist?
No, I wanted to.
Okay, we should watch that. We haven't done a comedy really. Do you want me to write that down on my little thing so I don't forget? Let's fucking do Tower Heist.
Well, I got to find out where it's streaming.
Yeah, I gotcha. Let's keep talking. So there's two kinds of heist movies. There's like you root for the guys, or you can't wait until they get nabbed.
Yeah.
So I guess you're kind of rooting for authority at that point, right? But these guys are such fucking dickheads that's the way the movie's set up, right?
Yeah.
And I love that this movie, there's really only one dickhead, and he's kind of charming about it, and that's Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
The other guys are just dopes going along, and Ben's the brains, and he's got enough brains to go, we've made it all this way, and it's unsupportable after. So we're going to do this. Like, you realize that if he hadn't done that last job, that's a different movie, man.
Oh, yeah.
They go off and live happily ever after. But at the end of this one, he doesn't end up with the money. He has gone through all of that and doesn't get to spend the money, right? Because he realizes he didn't want to do that in the first place. He was already done. He was quit when he came in, and twice as quit now, like in Blade Runner, right? But Pete Postlethwaite, I forget his character's name.
Yeah.
Like forced it, right? He got nominated for a BAFTA for this because that actor is British, if you can believe it or not.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're rooting for Ben because he's kind of a reluctant thief at that point. And so when he gets away and all his buddies get killed and it's over, and he knew it was over before, and it's definitely over now.
Oh,
and so he comes up with a really good way to make it up to the girl. He's like, look, this wasn't about the money for me.
Yeah.
This is about starting over. And if I get to start over with you, that's awesome. And if I don't, well, that's awesome too. But you get to decide what happens to this money because it's not for me. And she takes it and starts off the ice rink again because he was a former disgraced hockey player.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't skate backwards, I'd be able to skate backwards in the majors. But and so she does that and puts a little bench with his fucking mom's name. That really got me. Anonymous donor to Doris McRae.
Yeah.
Because they make a big deal of saying she was a waste product. And like that really had to impact him learning that so late in life. And in fact, that's a one-off note in this entire movie. There's no fucking way in Charlestown, Massachusetts, that the entire place got together and didn't tell that kid that his mom killed himself because she's a crazy drug that couldn't take it anymore. Because they sort of went against it in the film. Like everybody knows that they're doing all that stuff. Oh, that's what I heard,
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody knows what happened to his mom, and they didn't tell him. That was a really off note. But
and I think it adds to Chris Cooper's thing too, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I loved Chris Cooper's part because he was a criminal and an idiot and not very smart and was spending the rest of his life in jail. He's got to die 5 times before he gets out. I love that one.
Yeah.
And he still was trying to protect Ben's feelings about his mom.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that's why you hire Chris Cooper for a nothing part, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because not that it's a nothing part, it's actually key, but what is he on screen for 5 minutes?
Barely.
But those are 5 important minutes, and you believe every word he says.
Oh yeah.
I think the first time I saw him was in American Beauty. You ever see that movie?
Oh yeah, yeah. Same here. Well,
he's a sheriff, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure I saw him in other movies. I just never remembered him.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
the first time he stuck in, I was like, oh, that's a guy to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, man. I feel awful though. I'm making you like stay up and talk.
No, dude. I
Right.
told you I really enjoy doing
No,
these.
I
Like,
gotcha. I gotcha.
you know, I got to watch a good movie. I get to talk about it, and it's honestly worth losing the sleep.
I really wish when you go to Boston, you should go to Boston someday. You have to go to the Fenway and watch a Red Sox game
Okay.
because I've been to a lot of professional baseball games in my day, and it's just different in Fenway. I'm not really sure I could explain it. But you know what? I think most people who have a favorite stadium or ballpark or arena or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's people will get why I think the Fenway is different, but if you're from Baltimore, it's like, no, it's Camden Yards, obviously, or whatever. I
Yeah.
don't know about other
Or
teams.
Wrigley Field.
Wrigley, no, they don't even have Wrigley Field anymore, do they?
Not anymore, no. But
That's why I said when I said Camden Yards, I'm like, I think the Orioles have a new place too now. So when you said that, I was like, great, I'll make fun of him, so nobody realizes that I think I just did the same thing. See, that's why I love you, because you're like, oh, you're just making a good entertainment thing to listen to. You don't mean anything by it. Like, Randall, you lose. Here's your rating for today. F. You know, when I did the exact same thing and just fucking.
it's just all about having fun conversations and
Yeah.
having a good time, and you know, I'm super happy that you watched the movie and you really liked it.
Oh, dude, I loved it.
You know, like I feel like I assisted in that. So I
You
helped
did.
in that.
That's all. You get all the credit. I actually told Mimi, I'm like, this is Randall's idea. I can't believe I haven't seen this movie. She goes, 2010. Walker was 3. You didn't watch anything but Star Trek, and I'm like, well, I mean, I know why I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I'm giving Randall credit for bringing it up. You know, like I would
getting the opportunity to watch it now.
Yeah, it was like you, right? I heard that's a good movie. I'll watch it eventually. That's where I was at.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's why I'm so excited, because you know. But we've talked a little over half an hour about this, and the one thing that I wanted to talk about, I couldn't believe. Fucking, what was Blake Lively doing in that movie? Like,
I think she had an opportunity to they were like, we need like a hot looking girl that can play a slutty woman.
well, yeah, but that's the thing. It's kind of a thankless part. And I know what they're doing. She's setting up that part of his life.
Yeah.
Right? Where they have to make a point that, he's a good guy, but that's not his kid. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were never together, really. That was just, his best friend's sister.
Yeah.
And like that has its own like complications.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then she's not very smart, right? She's very drunk floozy,
Oh, yeah.
Like
She's an addict.
her whole scene where, well, yeah, but I mean, they're people too, man.
Yeah.
My favorite quote in all of Batman 66 is, yes, they may be drinkers, Robin, but they are also human beings. They're in the movie and they go into a bar. It's really funny.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, in the course of that film, yeah, she's an addict, but you kind of get the idea that was Ben's problem too.
Yeah.
But he was getting high off his own supply, but he smartened up, right?
Yeah.
And Blake Lively never did. So there's that. You're supposed to look at that as in the structure of like the road not taken, right? That could have been his family.
Oh,
but he would have died sooner. I got the feeling, right? If his life went that way. And the other thing I loved was like he's just living in some ramshackle shack in Florida.
Yeah, Mom, I'm on a video. Sorry about that.
Nah, no worries, man. I was just gonna say a funny thing about Ben's facial hair at the end. He grows his beard, and like that's a big thing in the Conan novels. Like when Conan has a team of thieves that he's going around with, and every time they do something, the guys with long hair cut their hair, the guys with short hair shave their beards. Everybody does a little something to not be seen, right? And so at the end, they have this cool shot of it as a ramshackle thing with a beautiful Florida sunset, and he's looking off like, oh, I fucking weird. I guess things worked out, and it's just Ben Affleck in a beard. Like, you know what I mean? If you were trying to find that guy, that's the guy. He just grew a beard. Like
Yeah.
like if I shaved my beard, and no one would recognize me, right? I would
Yeah,
put on
yeah.
old glasses even, so it's like I got glasses, but like no one would recognize. My wife would take a shot at me thinking I was breaking in.
What I thought was a little weird, but I loved in the movie also, was that as Ben was trying to escape, he had time to go to, which by the way, we do have to mention, from, why am I forgetting his name right now? Fletch.
Oh, John Hamm.
John Hamm. Yeah, yeah. I do love the fact that he took the time to go to John Hamm's car and leave him a note. And it just said, go fuck yourself.
I love that. I actually took a picture of my screen for that because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to be sending that to somebody on the internet in the next week or so, because and then I'll just go, it's a fucking reference to the town. I love though. So I'll talk about John Hamm in a minute, but that bit I loved because some other schmuck comes up to him and goes, "Oh, what's that?" And he just goes, "It's for you."
For you.
And I kind of was like, that is awesome because, for all the reasons that's awesome. But I read a review. It wasn't Roger Ebert, even though he was dead at the time, but Roger Ebert is a thing that people still do movie reviews on.
Yeah.
And so when they reviewed this one, it wasn't him, it was something else where somebody said, it looks like John Hamm can't play anything but Don Draper. And in 2010, I guess, if you want to take a shot at the guy, but it's like he's a handsome, good-looking, square-jawed guy, right? So I don't think he was playing Don Draper in an FBI costume. Like,
no.
I mean, I watched every episode of Mad Men, and I loved it. But I think that was kind of a disingenuous shot to take. And especially now in 2025, that guy's got a body of work where, like, you can't say that the sheriff that he did in season 4 of Fargo is, and like his version of Fletch. And like, I don't know if you've seen $1 Million Arm. It's a Disney movie about it's not for kids, but it's a Disney movie.
I think I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just an example of another kind of actor. And the guy can't do anything about how he looks and sounds. He just fucking looks like a superhero, right? And so
I think
in 2010, if you put him in a 1950s outfit, of course he's going to look like Don Draper. But I mean, he was fine. I thought he was great.
I think my favorite role of his of all time is probably Fletch is up there.
Cool.
But I might lean towards like just this wacky character that he played in 30 Rock.
Yeah, the doctor. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool that, he's so good looking that everybody just gives him his way. And he thinks that like he's the smartest, coolest guy in the world, and he just isn't. They get his hands cut off. That I love John Hamm. He's because he's funny. He's got comedy chops.
Oh, for sure.
That's not my favorite. As much as I love Fletch, my favorite is the guy he plays in Baby Driver. He's like a real full-on,
he was a good villain in that movie.
Yeah, he was great.
Very intimidating.
So fuck that guy who said he can only play Don Draper. I disagree in the strongest possible terms. I've got a note for him. Go fuck yourself.
There you
I
go.
couldn't believe they or I could believe because Ben wrote it, but there's no like obvious Boston stuff. There is to Boston people, like a couple of establishing shots of the bridge going to Charlestown, and but there's no Dunkin' Donuts. There's nothing you can do about the Red Sox because that's the big action piece at the end. But I couldn't fucking believe that they let that movie shoot all underneath everywhere. That was great.
Yeah,
I was like, I hope the director's cut, the DVD has like just a half an hour of them just walking through underneath the Fenway.
Yeah.
My
Oh, and
favorite
another
bit.
great.
What? I'm sorry. Go ahead. You had a scene. Another great scene.
Oh yeah. So like what was it? I think it's the third. No, it's the second act. Second act scene where like the one robbery that kind of went wrong, but they got away with it when they parked to the side and they were like getting out, and like there's literally a cop car, a sheriff.
Yeah.
That's like he
The
sees
guy.
them.
He's watching the construction site, and he
Yeah.
looks over and
And he
sees
just
4 nuns.
yeah, and then just turns his head away. Basically, he just like, nope, I'm not gonna even try. He's outnumbered and outgunned.
I love
He
that
just
scene
ignores them while they go on
so
and do their
hard.
thing.
I love that scene so hard because that's a Boston cop by himself. He's like,
Yeah.
well, that's shenanigans, but that's gonna happen. And I like the other
It's
guy,
like, I'm
the
no hero.
inside man at the Fenway was the same thing. When he opens the door and he goes, officers, and they don't say anything at him, and he's just like, all right, this is gonna be happening. Like obviously that's a criminal thing. Like he owed the flower guy something,
A
and
favor.
that's how he's paying him back by letting this happen. But
Yeah.
like, that movie's great. It's
Oh, I was trying to get back to saying before when I was first trying to watch the movie.
oh yeah, sorry.
Because I'm trying to time it just right, and like I tried to watch it the previous night, and I fell asleep, of course, as I was watching it. But part of me was like, how far did I get into this movie? So I go back to the beginning. I'm fast forwarding, and then I realize like I see all the things that are going on, and I see how much time went by, and I was like, it's only 15 minutes. I was like, holy shit, a lot happened in the first 15 minutes of this movie.
Yeah.
They introduced a lot of the characters, the pacing, the moving. It was really good, but it felt like 30 minutes, but like it was only 15 minutes. And I was like, oh shit, I still got like an hour and 45 minutes to finish.
I really liked, well, let me put it this way. I usually don't like title cards before a movie that contextualizes it for you.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of shit that happens in science fiction movies that's just horrible. Like it is the 23rd century and everybody lives under domes. Just do an establishing shot. People fucking get it, So I think it's a little lazy, but I really enjoyed the title cards with this one because they weren't trying to do exposition or anything. They were just setting the tone.
Yeah.
Like Charlestown, the fuck you gonna do? Or whatever. They had like 3 pretty cool quotes about how life worked.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's awesome. That's a good thing to remember.
Yeah.
I think Ghostbusters 2 kind of did that, setting the tone instead of exposition. When you sit down and they just had a black title card and it said 5 years later.
Yeah.
And I was like, or maybe it's 2, and I don't know.
No,
5
years sounds about
5
right.
years. But they just assumed, hey man, everybody in the world wants to go see Ghostbusters. And if you didn't see it, what the fuck are you doing in Ghostbusters 2?
Exactly.
All you need to know is, 5 years later.
Yeah.
And then start the movie. And so those are the movies I like because it drops you right in. So this one did the same thing. That was your experience, you said. That they set the tone with those title cards, and then fucking a half an hour shit happens in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good structure.
Well,
Nice
I think
job,
also what you're talking about, like the exposition in the beginning, because you said it before, and I think you nailed it. Of course, like Boston, the city itself, is a character, right? And so I think that exposition was basically just adding to the character, right? It's basically
I agree,
giving you an idea
100%.
of like if you're not familiar with Boston by now, and then like you said, there's other Boston's huge. There's other parts of Boston, so like. People know certain parts of Boston, but like I'm not familiar with Charleston or Charlestown, so like when I saw that, I was like, okay.
The Battle of Bunker Hill was there, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I know, dude. I
lived
there. I lived there forever. So yeah, of course. In fact, Mimi just did the same thing to me because she was born here, even though she moved around a lot and then came back when she was in her early 20s. She was here as a kid, and she split her time between here and your part of town. Sanibel Island. Do you know where that is?
No.
Might be the other side of the state. I don't know. But
Yeah.
it's not Key West. Where the hell did she live? Fort Myers. Well,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
which side is Fort
I,
Myers on?
Fort Myers is south, and I think it's on east side.
That sounds right. Against the Gulf side.
Mhm.
Anyway, but she learned all about California history and stuff, and so with all the stuff going on last night with the election and California crushed this yes on 50 thing to stop the redistricting. So she was talking to me about that, and she's saying about all that. The California is kind of a microcosm of the country for this voting thing because the coast was all yes, you know, let's redistrict our stuff so that kind of shit doesn't matter. But all the inside was no, don't do that. Let's just
Yeah.
so that's like the country is like everybody on the coast are all like, yeah, let's cool. We're all good and let's help all the other people too. And then the middle of the country is just like keeping their heads down and like, don't fuck with us. I kind of get it. It's weird, but it just makes me think that sea air helps you be chill.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's been my experience, man.
That's a good point. That's a good
Do
point.
you go down to the water a lot when or are you just too goddamn busy?
Yeah, I mean, I probably haven't been to the beach in years.
I love that you laughed at me. Oh, Larry. No fucking way. I don't have time for that nonsense. That
Yeah.
toes in the sand bullshit.
I mean, I'm just not really an outdoors person. I mean,
Oh yeah.
in reality, if I met a girl and I was dating her, and she's like, "Oh, I like going hiking. I like going, let's go here, let's go there," I'd be like, "Okay, let's go for it. Let's do it. Sure, why not?" But like, without that influence, I would just be at home watching movies, playing video games, and reading comics.
I got you. Oh, look at Chris. He's there for me. No beach to walk on. Just decent Star Trek quote, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm half and half, right? Where I lived and how I enjoy the outdoors is exactly like my resume. Like every job I had, I either had to wear a suit,
Yeah.
and then I'd get sick of that job, and then I would wear boots, and then I would do some. So I'm got a foot in both worlds, man. Suits and boots. That's what I would tell people. And I love the city, and being in the city, you end up staying inside, right?
Yeah.
As a rule, you're going from office to event to baseball game. Technically, you're outside, but it's kind of contained, right?
Yeah.
And outdoors is the opposite. It's all like I'm going to get eaten by a saber tooth. I hope it's a nice day, So I'm halfway in between. I have to have fresh air, but only like a couple days a week. So living on the beach is awesome because if I am stuck and I'm doing something, I'm under deadline, and I open the window, I can hear the waves. And
nice.
And so fresh air is just the beach air. Like people don't really think about this, but San Francisco is about 80% humidity all the time. And it's because the ocean's right there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I kind of don't even notice it. But I'm just saying, going outside and getting some fresh air every once in a while is not a bad thing, man.
No, I mean the other day I walked out of the house and I was like, I could smell the ocean.
Yeah, that's good. Well, if you can do that, then you're fine. That's all I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
just kind of listen to the birds chirp and that kind of thing.
Well, we're near a military base, so of course I'll hear the planes like Dang. I mean, just living here for so long, I'm used to it. It only bothers me if like I'm in the middle of doing something and like 4 or 5 planes within like 30 minutes are just like going.
Yeah, that's hard to get used to.
I'm just like, what's with all the traffic?
What's with all the traffic? That's cool. Let's see. So that's the thing. I'm glad I didn't interrupt you because that time when you were starting to tell the story about the cop who just looks at the nuns. Yeah, that's literally exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
because that is very Boston.
Oh
it's
yeah,
it's like
I think also like just that scene when Ben Affleck walks in and he's like, "Listen, I need your help. We're gonna hurt some guys. You can't ask me. I
Don't
can't
ask me
tell
about
you.
this. I'm never
Yeah.
going to talk about this again. I
Yeah.
actually said that to Mimi because that's like in the first 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the bit I saw because Randall looks up at him and goes,
Whose
"Whose
car we
car are
taking?
we taking?"
Yeah.
He doesn't care. Like,
No.
he doesn't need to know. Like, oh,
But
we're gonna go
it's
hurt some people. I'm good. That's all he had
yeah.
to say.
It's that level of like friendship and loyalty, that I think, people can relate to, or at least, I think technically like that's the type of friendship I think certain friends would like to have, you
Oh yeah,
know?
that's a definitely a Hollywood thing,
Yeah.
especially the way they did it. Like they wrote it like for half the movie, I thought they were actually brothers, and
Yeah.
then the dad said, or he no, I guess Ben thanks him. He goes, "Look, like I appreciate everything you did. You took me in when his mother was gone, his dad was in jail, and I lived with your family." So
Yeah.
you get the idea that he was. They said he was 10, right? And
I
so I don't when his
think so,
mom died.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know when his
Yeah.
dad went into prison, but I had the feeling he was a kid, right? He was
Yeah.
under 18 and was there long enough that he feels like Renner's his brother. So
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
that
Oh,
that was a
absolutely.
pretty nuanced and subtle thing that like sort of the thing I loved about this movie is the structure,
Yeah.
It's sort of the audience was able to discover stuff while Ben was discovering stuff about his own situation.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Well, yeah, that relationship between his character and Rebecca Hall, like you were kind of rooting for them. And
Oh, those two, I'm mad they didn't have babies in real life.
yeah.
Why is he fucking around with J-Lo? That girl was right there. They made a really nice couple. They made a Massachusetts couple. The
Yeah.
two of them, I was like, yeah, I see that. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, no,
That
I mean,
movie was
obviously,
great casting. That's all.
yeah. Ben, like when he plays characters that have like a little bit of charm, like that's perfect in his wheelhouse. It works for him.
It's not just that because he slayed Bruce Wayne, which is just
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's Batman's suit of charm, right? But I liked it because he still did it that weird homespun Massachusetts aw shucks thing that you get that's not like hillbilly aw shucks, just
yeah,
like
yeah,
I was thinking about going to see a game, that kind of thing, and it just works on certain people, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I just loved everything about that movie. I really appreciate you saying that one. Should we just do Ben Affleck movies until we run out? Like,
I mean, I'm
tell
totally.
me, just lie to me. You've never seen Armageddon, right? So we should probably have to talk about that. I'll
That might have
suit
been
up in my Armageddon suit.
that might have been
and
my
take a-
first Ben Affleck movie I ever saw was Armageddon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
No, you didn't see Chasing Amy before that,
No,
or Mallrats?
I mean, I think the only Kevin Smith movie I might have seen around that time was probably Mallrats. And I don't even think,
Yeah, you
Ben
just
Affleck's
didn't,
character, he's a side
just
character, so
didn't
like I didn't
imagine.
really
Yeah.
pay attention to him.
Dude, he makes Rooker smell the farts on his hands. Come on.
Yeah.
You don't remember that character? Anyway, all you're telling me is I have to watch Mallrats again now.
Oh yeah. Oh dude.
Me and
Oh,
Lynn's,
I
Lynn's
love
ready.
when I what's funny was like when I first watched Mallrats, I was just kind of getting into comic books.
Uh-huh.
And so I was very enthusiastic about comic books. Everything comic book related, I wanted, to be involved in and watch and really get into. So when I saw Mallrats, I was just like, oh my God, I feel like this movie was made just for me.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, really? Well,
yeah, just like all the comic book references.
yeah, that's
and
cool. Yeah, I see that.
I was like, oh my God, like stuff like this exists. This is awesome.
You must have loved that whole Stan Lee thing.
Oh, the Stan Lee thing was great. I mean, dude, the Batman '89 reference when Jay was doing the the Wolverine, the Berserker Rage.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, all of it, loved it.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, and definitely Ben is not the draw of that movie. He's
I mean,
like you said, he's kind of a lesser character, but man,
Jason Lee was the standout for that movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Brody. He was the comic relief. He was the the comic book guy. The references. he was like the guy introducing Jay and Silent Bob and like explaining like, yeah, oh, this is what Jay's doing. He's getting into the Berserker Rage Wolverine, Weapon X, like, it's
Yes.
like it's so great, And LaForce.
I'm not sure what. Yeah. I'm not sure what was my first Ben Affleck movie. I don't know.
Buffy the
It must.
Vampire Slayer.
It must have been. I mean, because I was aware of him and Damon without having seen Good Will Hunting, right? So
Okay.
I
I
don't
know
really
they were
remember.
in School Ties.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. I just what
No?
I'm saying is I knew who he was, but
Yeah.
without having seen him in his work. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. That
What
just
did he
happens.
do big after Armageddon?
Well, that was 1999, so I don't know. I'm not a giant like. I just was really excited for him to be Batman, and
Yeah.
and that was a really. I can't believe they didn't give him a solo movie because man, I
He
think
was
him
going
and Jeremy Irons are definitely the best Batman and Alfred
Alfred. Yeah.
since fucking Adam West. I really do. I really like the old bitter Batman getting religion again as an old guy.
Yeah.
I just fucking think that's a really
Well,
cool
there,
take.
there were obvious elements of Dark Knight Returns influence
You
with
think?
what. Oh yeah, yeah. It's obvious.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just I'll never forget too, man, when they announced Ben Affleck as Batman. No lie, I laughed out loud, pretty loud at first, because I was in shock, right? And
Oh,
then as it started to settle in, I was like, I like it. I like
oh,
it.
that's cool.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
mean,
our buddy, our buddy Hector, right? Hector Gonzalez, he checks in every once in a while.
yeah,
He was like actively against it. And I'm like, bro, we lived through 89 when
yeah,
they announced Michael Keaton
yeah,
and everybody went, Mr. Mom is Batman, fuck you. And he was great.
yeah,
What in God's name do you think is going to happen this time? He's like, I don't see it. And to this day, I got to give him credit because whenever I make fun of him about it, he goes, oh, yeah, man, I was 100% wrong about that. Ben Affleck's my favorite Batman.
yeah,
So I think everybody, for some reason, just because I don't know, it might be because they got the Oscar when they were 24. It might
yeah,
be because he's a good looking guy, but people shit on him like beyond, like, all right, so him and J-Lo had a thing. Like, what do you care?
yeah,
Right? And everything's like, oh, look at poor sad Ben, all sad about something. I'm like, if you write and produce and star and direct a movie like that, come on, give that guy his props. That's insane.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
And
honestly, like it's almost the equivalent of like when Mel Gibson got into directing, you
uh,
know,
yeah,
and like, and then you kind of discover like, oh, he's not just an actor; he's also a very talented director. And I feel like Ben Affleck just fell in line, like exactly like what happened with Mel Gibson.
no,
Huh?
no, because Ben writes.
That's true.
Mel
He writes
doesn't
as well.
write. Like
Yeah.
Ben understands the whole thing from
Well,
soup.
didn't Mel do a little bit of writing also?
I don't know. Did he? I mean, that's its answer. Is like if I'm not aware of him writing stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. I was just watching Payback because Walker's in love with Darwin Cook's Parker books now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I said, there's like 17 or 18 Parker movies. It's like, no, there's only two. I'm like, there's only two called Parker.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And I was like, well, um, Donald Westlake writing as Richard Stark. Richard Stark is just a pen name. But he was like, yeah, and I think 62 or 64 is the first Parker movie. But it's the first one based on a Parker book. And he
Yeah.
said when he sold the option, he's like, you can give me this for this book,
Yeah.
but you don't get the character in all his books. If you want to do that, make a little James Bond thing, then we're talking this amount of money.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, let's see how this one goes.
Yeah.
And it was all right. It was entertaining. Everybody loved it, but it's not a Parker book because they called the guy something else.
Right.
And so he did that 5 times through the 70s. People kept going, "No, this is the one that's going to work," and he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, but you get the first deal." And
See, that I wasn't aware of.
so I didn't know it until the Mel Gibson one, when I was like, I think this is a Parker book. And then one of my dad's friends was like, "Yeah, that's why they call him Porter instead of Parker." And I was like, and then told me that whole story, and I was like, "All right, that makes all the sense now." Well, I guess I'll just read the books and not worry about the movies, because they're little. The movies are snapshots and not a big 25 film novel called Marvel, right?
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So you can look at them by themselves and you're like, "Oh, that guy does a good fake Parker. That guy does a good fake Parker." Mel Gibbs is the best, though, I think, of the fake Parkers. And now Jason Statham and Marky Mark are real Parkers. Which one is better? I love me though, Jason Statham. But Marky Mark's from Boston. He did a really good, and plus Marky Mark's is like a combination of like 3 books. So there are cool characters that have their own books that are in his movie somehow. I
Okay.
don't know. I haven't really read all of them, so I don't really. But Walker has read more than me, and he's fucking 18. He's just crushing them. He likes it so much. And he's like, "Oh no, like Goose Feathers has got his own series," and what a fucking guy's name is. And I'm like, "Really?" Because like that character's awesome. He's like, "Yeah, like I don't know what they're doing." So I'll tell you something offline because it's about his Christmas present. But I got some Christmas presents that he's going to be pretty happy with.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
Oh,
Parker,
I was gonna say too before
Mel
I forget.
Gibson, John Hamm, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
Fletch, you know. Even what's the guy you were talking about from the former skate guy? My name is Earl. Jason Lee.
Yeah.
Dude, when Kevin Smith was taking a shot at Fletch, and he
Yeah.
was telling the Weinsteins, like, "Look, Jason Lee's your guy.
Yeah.
We'll have 15 movies." He was so right. So I'm glad Harvey Weinstein's in jail
Yeah.
because of that, and because of tanking Mira Sorvino's career and all the sexual assault. Obviously, need to be in jail for that. But those other 2 things impact me personally.
Yeah.
Can you
A lot of
imagine
people,
Jason
I'm sure.
Lee? You know what? When I get off, and maybe later tonight, I'll find. I wrote this Facebook post once about the multiverse where like the second, like Chevy, when they did Fletch, instead of doing the whatever nonsense for the second Fletch was,
Right.
I forget what it's called. They just did the
Fletch lives.
next. What?
Fletch lives.
Fletch Lives, yeah. If they had done Karaoke Fletch was the next book, they just didn't. It's the same thing. Studios, they just didn't want to pay Gregory McDonald, right?
Yeah.
And if they had done that, I did the whole universe where that happened. Like Chevy Chase did like 7 movies, and then
Oh.
somebody else took it over, and then somebody has like a never say it, not an on Her Majesty's Secret Service thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's that Bond actor? You know,
George Lazenby.
there's Lazenby. There's like a Lazenby guy and then I got all the way up to like Ryan Reynolds. I'll link you on the thing. It's pretty funny. You'll
Nice.
go, "Oh, Larry, I wish that happened." and that John Price was doing Star Trek.
So I've been buying a bunch of movies recently. Got some
Okay.
good deals. There was a 10 Western film bundle
Ooh.
for $10. One that looks really interesting to me. Christian Bale's in it. It's called The Hostiles.
Huh.
Great cast of actors in that movie. Like huge ensemble. Timothy Chalamet has like a small role in that movie.
Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah. So that one that's catching my eye right now. That looks pretty good. Obviously 310 to Yuma is in that one. I've already seen that one. There's a few other ones. Oh, there's the one with Tommy Lee Jones is in it. That looks pretty good. It's him and what's her name? From the she was in the next Karate Kid. Hilary Swank.
Tommy Lee Jones and Hillary. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we did a couple of westerns already. We did the Gene Hackman
Yep.
Unforgiven, and what else you buy, or is it just
I got Woody Allen 8-film collection for $8.
huh? I can't think of any Woody Allen that I'm dying to address. Have you watched Mighty Aphrodite? Speaking of Mira Sorvino,
No, I haven't.
huh? I can't go. Oh, we have to do a Woody Allen movie because
Well, there's two that caught my eye.
okay, which
Small Time Crooks,
okay,
just because I also like John Lovitz and he's in it.
Mhm.
And Curse of the Jaded Scorpion or Curse of the Jade Scorpion.
Yeah, Jade Scorpion. Yeah. Well,
So
those certainly are two Woody Allen movies. Yes.
yeah, those.
I'm definitely with the Woody. I don't know. I can separate the art from the artist, but in his thing, I just don't like his art. Like
Yeah.
I'm 100% with everybody who goes, oh yeah, I like Woody Allen movies with the early stuff because it was funny.
Oh yeah.
With
With Diane Keaton.
No, fuck that movie. Annie Hall.
Yeah.
1977. That movie won Best Picture and not Star Wars. Anyway. The Sigourney Weaver's in it. Honestly, that's a good movie. I'll give it to him that.
I haven't seen it. So.
It's you don't do Annie Hall? Do Annie Hall? Don't do Annie Hall?
I haven't seen Kramer versus Kramer. I haven't seen Annie Hall. I haven't seen a few others.
Okay, well, I haven't seen a bunch of stuff either, so we're good.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to solve this Woody Allen thing because I think that's a great idea. We should do a Woody Allen movie, but I would have done like Sleeper for you and me because that's an entertaining movie. He wakes up in the future, and then Woody Allen shit happens.
Okay.
Take the Money and Run is hilarious. He's escaping from jail. He carves a little gun out of a bar of soap and puts shoe polish on it. He's like, fuck you, get out of here. And they're going to let him out, but it starts to rain. And so the soap starts foaming up, like, stuff like that. Those are great, but I can take Annie Hall. If you want to do, like, that's it won Best Picture, right?
Right.
Sigourney Weaver's in it. She's just, it's a bit, I don't even think she has a speaking role, but she's in a party scene. And she's one of the people partying. And because she is so striking, like you're like, that Leonardo DiCaprio thing.
Yeah.
That is a 24-year-old Sigourney Weaver. Holy fucking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, Sagasag says Sleeper too.
Oh, and I also got
just the Orgasmatron. They don't have sex in the future. They just go into a telephone booth together. And it blinks, and then they come out, and everybody's like, "Ooh, that was great! It's funny." Anyway. I'm right down Annie Hall, man.
I've been jonesing for to watch Escape from L.A.
You want to do that?
I mean, I've seen it before.
Oh, well, why do you want to talk about it then?
Well, because I recently bought it. Just because I was like, I've been.
Oh, I see. These are just movies you want to watch.
Yeah. I mean, this is stuff that I just recently bought, so like they had a sale going on. And what else did I get? It was.
Did you hear the Escape from New York news that came out today?
Oh, Escape from Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd see that.
Oh, dude. I mean, I love the fact that John Carpenter is just like, he's down, man. Like, let's do it. Let's go for it, And more importantly, if he's able to team up with Kurt Russell once more, that would be fantastic.
When Escape from LA came out, I love that movie. I thought it was great. It's not as good as the first one. How can you be, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're going to do, another Coast version and Snake's a little older, he's been in crowd, that's cool. And then at the end, he EMPs the whole thing and everything's done, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to see Escape from Laredo right then because everybody's back to the 1800s. And who do you follow except the quick draw, one-eyed fucking former soldier? You know? There's not going to be something for him, but you can get there's 24 hours to solve this thing, or they're going to close down the school or whatever, because Kurt's like 79
Yeah.
now or whatever. But yeah, one more. Just give us one more. I got to see old Snake, man.
And I heard talks also that I think he's moving forward with a sequel to The Thing.
I heard that too. So didn't you sent me a thing saying, "No, you got to fucking watch it now." One of my friends who was like, "You let me get this straight. You love Kurt Russell and never seen The Thing. What is the matter with you?" And I'm like, "Nothing, because I fucking know everything about that movie. It would be a slog to sit through that movie because I'm just gonna sit here and find out what happens. That's the end of the movie, and that would be my thing the whole time as I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna sit here and see what happens. And then there's this great thing, and then Snake. Kurt comes out with his sombrero on in the helicopter. Yeah, I know that they shot all that, and he didn't want to wear the sombrero. And they're like, "Bro, we shot a guy in a sombrero from behind in the helicopter this whole time, so you at least have to get out wearing that thing." And he's like, "All right." Now, the fact that I know that of a movie I haven't seen, I don't even see it. I mean, I might watch it with the director's cut on. I mean, the director's commentary. I will do that. I'll do that. You've seen it though, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. It's one of my favorite Stephen King films.
Maybe I'll just do someday when we can't think of anything. I'll just tell you, hey man, I watched The Thing finally, and it's but just the director's commentary. So that'll be a funny thing to talk about because you'll be like, oh, what about this thing? And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But during the thing, they were like drinking beers. It was really funny, or whatever. I don't know.
Because like what's crazy too is they made a prequel, and it's pretty much the same thing as the first movie. But what's cool is like
with actual Norwegians.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's cool is like when the movie.
I don't need to watch it.
Yeah.
I will. Anyway, so yeah, we've been going for a while.
Yeah.
So are we going to do Annie Hall next week?
If it's available streaming.
I thought you said you bought it.
No, I didn't buy it.
Dude, what is something that you just bought that's not a Western? Because we've done a couple of Westerns. There's something weird that we haven't done yet.
Let me hold up. Let me pull up the list again.
Okay, all right.
I mean, if you like comedies, have you ever seen Deuce Bigalow, European Gigolo?
No. I don't. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to like that movie. I'm
telling you right now, that movie, the best Norm Macdonald performance in a film
Rob
ever.
Schneider in that movie?
He's the main star.
Yeah, no thanks. I can't watch a Rob Schneider movie. I can barely take him in the first Judge Dredd. So yeah. I just want to punch that guy, and it's hilarious because he owns a bar like a mile away from our house.
Oh, really?
I see him every once in a while, and I just like, you suck. I can't help myself. The guy's done nothing to me. I'm sure he's fine. I know he's a little Trumpy, but whatever. It's just he ruined Judge Dredd for me, and basically everything else that he's ever been in. He's friends with Adam.
You said you wanted to watch a comedy?
I mean, if you want. Yeah, what do you got for comedies?
Well, you know what? It's comedy-esque. I'd say Hollywood Homicide.
What's that? Is that like a Bruce Willis movie I've never heard of?
No, so it is a buddy cop film starring Harrison Ford, and also starring.
That's where I heard of it. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let me write that down because I remember that it's Hollywood Homicide.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I do remember that movie did not do well, and Harrison Ford was very surprised.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he actually said he was doing suppressed. He's like, I cannot believe Larry Young, my biggest fan, like is actively avoiding this movie. So that bodes not well. So
maybe it's one of those movies that was like too far ahead of its time. I
just heard it sucked. So maybe. I mean, that's the kind of thing if the stuff that's ahead of its time hears, because it's the audience hasn't caught up yet. Chris still says Sleeper, as do I. You should watch it. It's funny. A white
Sleeper.
Volkswagen is a car in the future. All right. Anyway, so
I
yeah,
think the
next
only
week.
Woody Allen. Hmm?
No, go ahead.
I was
I was just going to wind
say.
it up.
I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say the only Woody Allen movie I remember seeing is Whatever Works with Larry David.
So just all new ones I've just never heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Now
don't keep track.
the cool thing about that movie is Henry Cavill's in it, and this was one of the reasons why I was like, okay, Henry Cavill is meant to play Superman for me, right? So there's a character that he plays, and just for context here, part of me still wants to be an actor, and part of me is like, oh, if I ever became an actor, what would be my acting name? And so because I like Tom Cruise so much, because Cruise, his last name, his screen name, is really his middle name.
Okay.
So part of me is like, okay, so like if I copied Tom Cruise, then technically, my film name would be Randy James or Randall James.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a porn name, though.
So yeah,
it's Randy
so the
James.
Funny thing is, yeah. And so the funny thing is Henry Cavill plays an actor in the movie.
Okay.
By the name of Randy James.
What? That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was just like, that's a sign. That's a sign. And so that's when I was like, I was on board with, okay, Henry Cavill's going to be a good Superman.
Ah, that's cool. All right. On that note, Hollywood Homicide starring Harrison Ford next week.
And my catchphrase? What took me so long to watch The Town? If I could do a Boston accent, that's what I should have done, right?
Agreed.